some noise for your host, Nico.
Lower in the bone.
Make some noise for the OG.
Lower in the bone.
950 Cav.
Lower in the bone.
And TJ Jones.
Lower in the bone. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon and it's NYL Weekly. Lower in the bone. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon and it's NYL Weekly. Lower in the bone.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome back, NYO Weekly. Coach Jack, what's up, man? Oh, what's up, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening? What up, Coach?
What's going on with it?
Man, it's time to get it in.
Yes, sir.
Man, we got to talk about it, man.
Oh, boy.
The final 12. The final 12. So, I'm going to just start it off this way. Matter of fact, no, let me start off another way. Hope y'all good, man. Hope all you gentlemen are doing well. You know, I don't know what it's like in Atlanta right now, but it's snowing in the Midwest. You know, y'all might be all right out there. You know, I know Kev, he in New York. Might be snowing in New York, too. We don't know.
It's good in the Lou. It's not. It's not.
Okay.
It's not snowing in the Lou.
Hey, that's good, though. That's good, you know. It's good. But
It's just cold here, brother. Cold.
Hey, I get it. I feel you, man. I feel you. So, my question for y'all. Did the college football playoff committee get it right?
Go ahead, Coach. I'm going to let you start first on this one.
I really, really believe that they did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I think that, you know, top to bottom, obviously, top 4 seeds to be expected, especially after the games last night. A little surprised that they left Notre Dame out. A little surprised, but I mean, when you go with the head-to-head against Miami, I guess they true to their word, you know, true to form. So, you know, I'm happy for the group of 5 teams who got in, you know, rightfully so. You know, they're having a pretty damn good season. So, yeah, I agree with it.
Okay. All right. Oh, what you say?
Hey, bro, they got it right to me. Like he said, if Notre Dame was in, I would be pissed. So I think they got it right. The head-to-head against Miami, regardless of everything else, you can't argue head-to-head. There's no way you can argue that fact. So
Right.
They lost to Miami. Miami needed to be in. Notre Dame didn't.
Okay. All right. 950. What's up, man?
Salute, gentlemen. Pardon my tardy. What's going on, Coach? OG?
What's up, baby?
What's happening, Pimp?
man? So, Kev, like I asked the guys, did they get this one right, man? What you think?
Well, yeah, I think they did get it right. I mean, obviously, I know people hollering about James Madison. You don't understand the process. I mean, if that's the case, blame the ACC for having a horrible tiebreaker system. The reality is that I think they did get it right. I think Miami, I know it's week 1, and I know a lot of Notre Dame fans and alumni, and they are going crazy. Oh, we're going to blow it up. You got 2 options fighting Irish. Number 1, you can get into a conference. You can just go all in on ACC, and then you could have been playing last night and beat the hell out of Duke and been in the playoffs. Number 2, realize that your schedule, they want to wrap them against Alabama, and in this day and age, you can't penalize a team for playing a championship game. Now, that might change in the future, but you can't do that now. You say, hey, you know what? You know, you can't judge me for playing in a championship game when everybody else is on the couch. So to answer the question, I think they did get it right because, you know, all Notre Dame people just kept saying it's like, oh, well, you know, our margin of victory and stuff, but you play some horrible teams. I mean, listen, you know, everybody know how I get down about Syracuse. They didn't think they would be that bad this year. You know, they didn't think a couple of their opponents would be that bad. They play a heavy ACC schedule, because that's the stuff they have in place. And it just, didn't work out. But head-to-head's got to matter. Then because if it doesn't, why would anybody play anybody of merit outside of conference?
Yeah.
100%.
No. You
Definitely
make a great point.
not refute none of that.
Yeah.
I slept at the Holiday Inn last night, Coach. I feel fresh. I worked out this morning, got a good workout.
Hey,
It's a good meal work. It's a good meal happening in the kitchen right now. I can smell it. I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
feeling good. Feeling excellent. Superb.
But I hear you. I hear what you're saying, Kev.
Let me ask this question, Swab, real quick. And Coach, I'm gonna go to you first, and then I want the rest of the panel. At one point, wasn't championship games kind of like right underneath the title game? When you were, you said, "Hey, let's win the conference, win the championship in our conference, and then if we get to the title, great. If we don't, we're still conference champions." But now, Kev, what you just said. And I've been hearing this too, that the conference championships might go away. Coach, then the rest of the panel, is that a good idea or a bad idea? And I'll answer last.
Well, based on how the system is now,
Uh-huh.
you almost have to do away with it.
Okay.
Right? Just based on how I believe that the functions and, quite frankly, let's put it to you like this. The ACC has a conference champ who is not in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we're the ACC conference champs, but we don't have a fight to go into the tournament now. You're creating just a chaotic formula right now. So instead of having the conference tournament or the conference championships, have it done during the regular season, right? And those winners will go on to the playoffs.
Okay. Kev, Swab?
Go ahead, Kev.
Well, we all know. Listen, Jim got the SEC commission who just passed. He was the one who started the conference championship game, right? And people said that was crazy. And then obviously it took off a life of its own. All the leagues started doing it. It makes a lot of money. Dr. Pepper is a huge sponsor. So when it comes down to it, it's all about money, right? But now it's like move over, Bacon. We got something media. So now they got the playoff. Playoff is now more money than the conference championship, which really tells everyone the conference championship is a glorified scrimmage. Now, again, we saw Suave's Buckeyes lose last night. But
I have to throw that in there. Okay.
just making a point.
We all saw.
So obviously they flip-flop spots. They flip-flop spots, but that's not hurting nobody going from 1 to 2. Who cares? But I think, again, the way it's constructed, they have no choice but to get rid of it because it's all about money, right? They're getting ready to go to 16 teams. So let's look at Alabama for one quick second. Alabama played yesterday, right? They earned the right to play for their conference championship. They look like crap, right? So now you leave that, even though, we can't punish them because they were in their conference championship game. The eye test says, wow, they're starting to leak oil a little bit. They're not looking as good as they did when they beat Georgia back at Georgia a few weeks ago. So now that it gives off a bad look. So I think eventually they will have to. There's really no need for them outside of just that the schools are greedy and they just want to make more money in college football. But they're making so much from the playoff, and now the playoff's so important that it's kind of minuscule. And one more thing before I pass the Swab, I feel bad about that because I'm a big college fan, but the college football I grew up on is not what I'm watching now. And I think eventually it's going to hurt them because, you can't be, NFL is the NFL, college football. College football had its own lane and own, style. And I think, unfortunately, with this new pro model, it's going toward that.
Okay.
No, I feel that. Now, all right. I get what y'all saying about the conference championship game, but in a case like Alabama, could they have been jumped by No,
Notre Dame?
definitely. Yeah.
Technically, you could say that, but again, if the committee had did that right and say, you know what, Alabama lost their third game in a championship game against Georgia, a team they beat in the regular season, while Notre Dame had their feet up at the fireplace, you will open up Pandora's box. You're gonna have situations where, like, all right, we already know we're gonna be in the playoff. We're gonna play our backups so we don't have to play in the championship game, which could kill the undermining of the sport. So they couldn't really do it, but they have to tweak it. Now, again, in my opinion, they can keep, if they kept the conference championships, just follow the playoff ranking system. That's what killed the ACC. The ACC had this old rickety tiebreaker system that allowed a Duke with 5 losses to even play in the game. If they would have said, hey, we're just going to follow the metric of the playoff, which is what they all want to get to anyway, it would have been Miami and Virginia. So then that's a quick fix. But I think, again, with like your conference, even though I think that was an epic game last night, 1 versus 2, they both knew they were in the playoff, and both those schools knew, win or lose, we're going to get a bye. You know, I mean, so it's great integrity. I'm glad they played hard, and it was a great game, physical game. But, you know, every coach is not going to look at it that way. Take Lane Kiffin, for instance. You think Lane Kiffin, if he's in a situation with LSU and they're like, oh, we already in the playoffs, that Lane Kiffin's mentality is different. He'll probably sit all the starters. But it'd be like a week 17 NFL game where we know we're in the playoffs, there's nothing to play for. And I think on the college level, that would hurt the game.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bill. You got anything on that?
Man, you on fire today, ain't you?
No, I'm just,
You cooking with fish grease right now. You got me really like listening to you. Like, all right, okay.
I appreciate that, Coach. I appreciate that.
Like, you are absolutely right. It is literally the integrity of, 1, the game, 2, these conference championships. Like, it used to mean something, right? And borderline still does, because you know you got games like last night where all the starters and stuff played and all that. But let me go back to the Alabama point.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama was in the playoffs regardless of the game last night. And that's based off their strength of schedule and obviously the other intangibles that go along with it. The eye test over the last couple of weeks, you know, where they've had some up and down, but they've also had some dominant wins, right? And the last time that they played Georgia was pretty dominant,
yeah.
right? And so when you
They
take
won.
that
They
into
won very
consideration,
convincingly.
right, and you take that into consideration, yeah. So even if Georgia wins this game, which obviously they did, all they're doing is just bouncing back from what was already done to them earlier, right? Whereas you have, you know, we keep beating on the ACC. I'm sorry, but you have a 5-loss Duke team who, for all intents and purposes, shouldn't even been in that game, right? Shouldn't even been in that game, but they were. And guess what? They won. So again, I'm gonna go back to this. You have an ACC champion who has all the bragging rights in the world for that conference, but let's say Miami decides to run the table, and Miami decides to win the national championship. You now have a national champion who didn't even win their conference. Think about
I
that.
mean, that happened last year. Ohio State. Yeah.
Think about like what that does then to the conference championships. You have 2 years in a row of that stuff happening, right? So does it mean anything anymore? Is it something that is, all right, can we just do away with this thing and just go from here? Or is it still all about, hey, let's squeeze a little bit extra out of this so that, you know, the Dr. Peppers and all that stuff like that can get some, like, what are we trying to accomplish? Are we trying to get the best teams, or are we trying to get the best buck?
You hit it on the head, Doc. I mean, Coach. That's where it's at. I think, again, you can't have it all, right? Pick what, choose your weapon. Do you want the money, or do you want the best teams? Now, again, I mean, I hate to hear the fact where you get people like, oh, well, Tulane and James Madison don't belong here. Well, again, the group, the non-group of five, all they ask for is one measly spot, right? I mean, come on. It's just like being at a dinner table and you got this great big meal, and you got this tomahawk steak, but all my man's asking for is a little corner, maybe the bone and all on, and you can't even give him that. Like, so I mean, I don't want to hear teams talk about, oh, well, it's a travesty that James Madison, Tulane's in the playoff. Well, you know what? Win your games. Big teams, win your football games. I mean, ACC, change your metrics. I mean, obviously, they probably never thought this would ever happen, but it's happened. So again, don't hate the player. Those teams just follow the rules. Top 5 conference champions based off ranking. So I mean, again, it is what it is. They'll tweak it. They'll do more tweaking, but like. If the SEC and the Big Ten want to do what they want to do, then go make your own playoffs and then call it a day because they have the power to do it. But until then, let the little guy have a shot. Yeah, we don't think Tulane or James Madison's going to win a national championship, but I still like to see him compete. And with Tulane going back to play Ole Miss now without Lane, it makes for interesting theater.
Here's my thing about this too. So, Division III. NAIA, Division II, FCS, they all have national champions, right?
Right.
And at any point in time, we just saw North Dakota State get beat yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who thought that was going to happen? Nobody,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when it comes to James Madison and all the group of 5, anybody can get beat on any day. And I
Yes, sir.
understand that. But what are we expecting a student athlete who chooses to go to James Madison, right? Like, are we telling them that you'll never have an instance to win a national championship? Like,
Right.
what's the incentive on going to that or going to the university? Like,
Right.
you are, by giving the little guy, a chance, you're also saying to these student athletes that, hey, if I go here, I can make an impact and I can bring forth the championship to this university. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we cannot discredit the group of 5 so much that it takes away from the integrity of what a championship means to every university.
Right. I totally agree with you, Coach, because I it's not like they're asking for multiple sides. They're just asking for a scrap. Out of all those conferences, they get one spot. Just happened this year because ACC didn't do their business. They got 2. So what? That probably won't happen ever again because the conferences will probably tweak their tiebreakers. But so what? Let it play out. It's not hurting the thing. And then for Notre Dame fans, beat. You got a head-to-head. You got that head-to-head matters. I mean, Miami's in a conference. Miami could have played Bethune-Cookman. I'm like, hey, let's just run up the score. And, we don't got to play Miami. You take those games. Miami just not Notre Dame just not in the conference. And OG, I know this is something you've been pondering on for a while. Maybe it's the time for them to go in the conference because you're in the conference, the way they were playing ball. If they win the ACC, they win the ACC.
Right. And I mean,
True.
as far as the championships, Coach, I hear what you're saying. But just like a James Madison and Tulane, without being in that championship game, they wouldn't even be in this tournament. So that's why I asked the question, because championship games in some conferences are still very important. I know it's a money grab, and I get that. But your 12th, your 11th and 12th teams, they're conference champions. Yeah. So to me, why not everybody just have a conference championship? We wouldn't have this problem. And if Notre Dame does not want to get into a conference, there's no way you get into the tournament unless you run the table. So if you lose a game,
like this year,
right? So if you lose a game, there's no way for you to get in because you have unless you start playing people. And I think I said it during our show. If everybody just got together and said, you know what? Notre Dame is not going to help your record one way or another. And I'm not saying the conference. I'm saying the top teams in the Big Ten, in the SEC. If they say we don't want to play them, I think they would have no choice but to get in because now your strength of schedule is really going to be weak.
And that's what Coach was saying from a standpoint. Do you want the best or you want money? We know Notre Dame got that bread, right? So
Right.
take a school like they play a heavy ACC based schedule, right? So take a school like Louisville or Duke, who won at Wake Forest. If they got Notre Dame coming on campus, that's a payday. So
Right.
a lot of these schools are in the red, whether they're winning games or not. They don't necessarily always. I don't think most schools, maybe except for Schwab School and a few others, they're in the red. So it's hard. On a football side, it makes total sense. Like, I'm just not playing you. Either you get on, you get with us, or you get run over. But on a business sense, with a school with that type of national reach, you get them on campus, that's a payday.
Yeah. But the teams that's looking for a payday is not the top ranked teams in the conference.
True.
So it wouldn't even matter if they still took the payday, because if you're playing the Wake Forest, if you're playing some other small teams in the Big Ten and the SEC or whatever, it's really not going to help your schedule, strength of schedule, because these teams are never going to be ranked high, or if they're going to be ranked at all. So that's not going to help your strength of schedule no matter what. So you still, those teams that need the bread, go ahead. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the top echelon, the cream of the crop, that if you play a Notre Dame like Miami, you're in this situation like, oh, well, we beat them. We got the same record. Now we have to wait and see, is it between us or Notre Dame? And everybody in the country said, how is that even a question?
So you're talking about that top 10%, like SC,
yes,
Miami.
Right.
I know they play Tennessee once in a while, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Those schools that we don't need it. Yeah.
If we don't need the bread and we're ranked always, these are the teams that you need for your strength of schedule.
You go play Troy and Georgia Southern.
There you go. and see if that gets you to the champion. I mean, I'm just saying that, to me, that's going to force Notre Dame to say, okay, look, I know we got all this bread. I know we got NBC, but we're not going nowhere in football until we decide on a conference, and we got to pick a good one, because this back and forth every year of, if we get in, we lose 2 games, we may not get into the tournament. That's not, it's not fair, but you put yourself in that position.
But like I asked Kev, what was that, Monday or Tuesday, Kev, when what conference would be the most feasible? Why not?
Well, they're like
the ACC when it comes to basketball and other things like that. So I mean, the ACC would be probably the most logical choice to go to,
over the Big Ten, just
based on other sports, right?
Okay.
And what the university has.
But they're the Instagram model with all the accoutrement. They can go anywhere they want. If they call the SEC and say, "Yo, we want in," tomorrow the door is open. So, I mean, yes, I would like to see them in the ACC, but the ACC might implode in a couple of years. But the beauty of Notre Dame is wherever they choose, the stock is high again, because they have that type of luxury where wherever they go, they're going to increase the value. So yeah, I mean, the ACC would be. I mean, they give the ACC gives them a seat at the table for football decisions. They don't even play football in football. They're not even an ACC member, but they still have the ability to make football decisions. That's how Stanford got in the ACC. So that's how much ACC thinks to Notre Dame. Like you weren't even in the conference, and we still show you all the love like everybody else. Yeah.
No, you're right.
Okay.
So with them being left out, let's say hypothetically this happens next year. They lose, 2 high-ranked teams. They get left out next year. Would that then be the what makes them join a conference?
It won't happen next year, Swall.
No,
the only reason this happened is because of the ACC's tiebreaker, which is part of the probably people having conspiracy theories because there was no ACC team in, right? So last few weeks they've been ahead of Miami, right? Even though they beat them head to head in the rankings, they've been dropping last few weeks. So the conspiracy theories are like, oh, they just threw Miami in there because the ACC was shut out and nothing they can do about it.
But even
I don't believe that, but I'm saying
even if Virginia would have won, I mean, they probably would have been in Miami's spot, right?
No, Virginia would have been automatic. Virginia was
Right,
14th, right? They would have been in, right? And
So
Miami
they probably would have been 10.
right. So that would have been
Miami would have
interesting
been
because would they have really? I'm curious. We'll never know. But with Miami being the playoff without any ACC, now I think they should have been because they beat a team head to head. But it's great. It's why we're talking about it. It's great conversation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Now,
For sure.
my thought process is that when it comes to these championship games, I saw something the other day that made perfect sense to me. For those that aren't playing in championship games, like the Vanderbilts of the world, the Texas of the world, there's nothing wrong with having them play an extra game, right? To get those, it's a play-in type style, right?
Mhm.
Like to get those at large bids to be able to make the playoffs. So there's no discrepancies and no discussion to be had. Like, well, if this team beat this team, then why is that? No, it's straight up head to head, last game of the year, right? Who wins, who gets in? And that way we're done with all the hearsay.
They were trying to do that too. Vandy was
I know
trying to get it.
Vandy was desperate to find another game, right? And for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. But
Right.
that's the most logical thought process to be able to, hey, let's go out there and see who actually deserves to play again.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Hey, I get it. I get it. I understand. So, could it ever be a situation like yesterday where you lose your conference championship and it keeps you out the playoffs? Like, say Duke would have lost to Miami. I mean, Virginia would have lost to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Same,
But see, that's another issue, Suave, too. These conferences are unbalanced. You got 18 team leagues, so everybody can't play everybody, right? And that's part of the greed, right? So, okay, we've taken these teams from different conferences and we have these super conferences, but then everybody can't play everybody because there's not enough football games. So, again, it's all greed. It reminds me, like I've mentioned before, how boxing used to be about belts, and then it became when Showtime and HBO got involved, it's just about money. And that's what we're seeing with college football because you got these unbalanced leagues. They can't play each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because how many teams is it in the Big Ten now? 20?
18.
Is it
17, 18, something like that.
Let's see. Yeah. I mean, hey, I think I do think Notre Dame is gonna fill away, but if you would have won at least one of them games early, you wouldn't have this issue.
Just beat Miami.
Just get in the conference. Just get in the conference.
Well, that too. Well,
it's not gonna happen.
I know, but I'm just saying. We keep saying, "Hey, you should just won this game." What? No, just get in the conference.
That would have been the quick. That's the quick fix.
That's the quickest fix in America.
So if they get in the ACC, would they still be able to play? Would they have to play USC earlier in the year?
Well, they probably would have. The USC is a rival. They would work out that game. They probably would work out the military, and Boston College is a rival. They'd be in the same conference with Boston College. So they would find if SC, because SC might not want to play the game no more. But if they wanted to play the game, I think they would find a way to do it. If it has to be a little early in the year, whatever. But that's because they play early in the year when it's in South Bend. So they'll find a way if both schools want to do it. But that would be the quick fix. And I'm sure somebody's having that conversation today, or will have that conversation because on the surface, somebody will say, well, damn, maybe if you was in a conference, you wouldn't have been locked out. But it's just like you in these streets by yourself, right? You ain't got no support. You ain't got no boys. You rolling by yourself. So when we come as a group, we coming to kick your ass.
You can't hold down these corners by yourself, Playboy.
You can't hold these corners by yourself. You want to be Omar, be on Brother Muzone. You want to be Brother Muzone, and then when the posse come, you can't fight 20 guns.
Hey, Hey, coach, I just want to let you know he gives the best analogies
Oh, I
in
know.
America. So
I
just sit back and get
already
ready to
know.
rock and roll, bro.
Hey,
Oh
man.
man.
But you're right though. I mean, you
Yeah.
got a point. So, Bill, why do you say, because they Notre Dame, they don't need to? But wouldn't this year prove you might need to,
I don't
just
think
in
so.
case you run into this issue again?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that there was so much noise and buzz around other things that it forced the committee's hand to not put Notre Dame in. Right?
Mhm.
Like this situation happens again next year. If you think they're not gonna put Notre Dame in next year on another situation like this, you're crazy. Because then again, it always comes back to other things, right?
Right.
And
No doubt.
Notre Dame's like lineage and prestige and all that stuff like that. Regardless of whatever anybody says, it enhances the playoff picture,
Yeah.
right? This year
More
just
eyeballs.
happens to be an anomaly.
Yeah.
I hear you, coach. But once again, if you lose to a team and you got the same record, it's gonna happen again. Regardless, if you're not in the conference and you still end up 10-2, somebody beats you in the early year, it's 10-2. They're going ahead of you. Head to head beats everything else. I would hope. I don't know. I don't think. Let me put it this way. In my mind, it does because I don't think nobody knows exactly the order, the pecking order that goes in the rankings and the polls. You might have an idea. You really might have an idea, but
I'm not on the committee. I don't know.
But
hey,
you see what I'm saying?
Just because I'm coaching in the business don't mean I got the ins and outs of everything, baby. I'm
just saying if Notre Dame plays Alabama next year, Alabama beats them, Alabama and Notre Dame ends up with the same record. How do you justify putting Notre Dame in over Alabama?
Well, again, they're probably going to tweak the strength of schedule. I'm hearing they might add the computers back in some way, shape, or form where the computers are involved, and they do play Miami. I think Miami goes to South Bend next year, so this could repeat itself. But
Really?
again, the issue with this situation is it goes back to the ACC. If the ACC did not have that wacky tiebreaker, you wouldn't have James Madison. You only get James Madison because a team with 5 losses won the ACC, which propelled a group of a non-group Power 4 school to be higher in the ranking. So that's why I don't know if it'll change because you won't have this next year because the ACC probably when they start their new fiscal year, it's going to probably be tiebreakers because by whoever's highest ranked in the college football playoff. And if you would have did that this year, it'd have been Miami, Virginia, and the winner probably would have been Miami, and they would have been the champion.
All this does for me is just say we need to go to 16.
Oh, it's coming too, Coach. That's coming too.
That's all this does. Like,
And then they're gonna be saying we need to go to 20.
And that'll come too.
That'll
just do the top 20.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
college,
think they're ever
64
gonna be
teams.
satisfied.
64 there, yeah. So
they're gonna never be satisfied.
How did Duke get into a championship game with 5 losses? Everybody in the conference got 5 losses?
No, their conference, they had 2 losses in conference, and they had a tiebreaker. It was Duke, Miami, I think Georgia Tech, it might have even been Louisville. They were tied with same conference record, and they had some wacky tiebreaker system gave Duke the upper hand over everybody else. Because remember, last week SMU lost to Cal in the middle of the night, so that what propelled Duke. If SMU would have won, it would have been SMU versus Virginia. The winner would have been a champion in the playoff because SMU was ranked last week, but they lost.
So this is SMU's fault. Got it.
They're partly responsible.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks.
Because
and you can blame Miami because Miami lost to SMU this year too, and to
And
Louisville.
right?
Right. So if they would have won split with that too, then they would have been the play in well, they ain't the playoffs anyway, but they would have been the
played
championship
yesterday.
game.
Thing. The
Yeah,
ACC don't even need
yeah,
to be in. Put Notre Dame in. We all good. Let's go.
yeah.
No. Hey, you
I
got a
saw
point.
Pavia was trying to get Trump to put a partner in to get
Yeah,
like 16.
that boy. I'm like,
Pavia
fam,
gonna be there 40 years old, he gonna find a way to stay in college. That boy, he ain't trying to leave. Mama having a good time, brother getting arrested after games. That family, they terrorizing Nashville.
Wait a minute. Duke was 6-2 in conference, 8-5 overall.
wow.
Miami is 6-2 in conference, 10-2 overall.
Right. But they go by the conference record, like ACC versus ACC. That's what they look at. And they have a wacky tiebreaker system. I don't even know what it is. I don't know. Because it doesn't make sense. So no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way that these teams all these sports for all these type of categories, can you just come with your ranking system, please, on how you break stuff down and stop changing it every year? Is it overall record? Is it conference record? Is it this? Is it that? Because it seemed like it changed. Even the conference record, they're still tied.
Yeah, but it's different rules for different conferences and how they want to break stuff down. It's the head to heads within the conference. Obviously, if one team, let's look at Oregon for example, right? Well, if Michigan did beat Ohio State, and now you start talking about three-way ties between. Stop looking like that.
You see, he always gotta
Stop looking
throw
like
that
that.
in there. Just
Let's say
always
then you got three-way ties. You see how I try to get it and stick it in there real fast?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. But now you got three-way ties, and the Big Ten's rules for a tiebreaker is going to be different than the ACC's.
Okay.
Right. And it's just yes, it will all be great if everyone had a uniform. This is how it goes, but you start dealing with human beings and different people's ideologies and all that stuff, man.
Humans always mess stuff up.
We all know.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna say that too loud because computers mess up stuff too. Anyway,
That's true too. Hey, real quick, because I gotta jump, but real quick, I want to say this, and Coach, you might be able to answer this better than me. I think what's going to happen, I'm not saying next year, the year after, but it's coming very soon, where in college football, it's just going to be like a top 60. Maybe, because even all the SEC teams don't necessarily qualify, will be championship contenders. So you're going to take the best of the best, and they're going to be in a lump, and they're going to play their own games and do their own TV stuff. And that's going to be considered a national championship. And probably low-end FBS will be almost like what FCS is and have their own champion. I think that's coming faster than what I hate to see that happening, but I think that's eventually going to happen. Because now the TV's involved, and remember, the NCAA doesn't control these championships in FBS football. This is not an NCAA sanctioned championship, so I think that's coming more.
For that to happen, it would have to be NCAA over here,
right?
And those 60 over there.
Oh yeah, they would have to leave,
and they would have to They would have to separate from the NCAA.
If the two commissioners, if Sankey and Petitti, Big Ten SEC can get together, Hatfields and McCoys, they're the ringleaders. I hope it never happens, but I just think that's me being naive. I think eventually that will happen. Maybe. Which sucks. Yeah. But guys, I gotta run. Pleasure. I'll see you next week, Coach. Always.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all be good.
Always.
So, Bill, let me ask you this then. Who had the best argument to be in the race out of Texas? Or I think BYU would have had a case if yesterday didn't go like it did again.
BYU's out. Strength of schedule wise, I'm not. I'm BYU losing just
Yeah,
completely took them out.
because that was that the
And
only two losses.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha, gotcha.
And to be honest, I do respect the Big 12, but it is down a little bit,
Hmm.
right? But and one team from the Big 12 is probably enough this year. Um, I say that
Dang, dog.
I say that respectfully, of course, right? Very, very, very
I don't.
respectfully.
Hey, coach, I'm sorry, but I don't know
Um,
how you say that respectively. I'm sorry.
I thought I
Hey,
just did.
hey, Odie, he
Thought I just
bogus, ain't
did.
he? What the hell?
No, I'm just
Boy,
saying, like, you know what, the teams this year, it just didn't look the prettiest. They weren't the prettiest girl on the dance floor. Let's put it that way. To be honest, like I'm still going to go with Texas. I'm
mm,
still going to go with Texas. Texas had the best argument because when you look at their record and who they beat later down the stretch,
Yeah.
who they lost to early, right? We
Hmm.
talk about, a top two team in the country, right? The number two seed overall. Texas is very strong. And, I understand why they didn't get in, but if there's somebody that has an argument about it, it's
Hmm.
Texas.
I feel that, and I think what hurt them was going to Gainesville. Especially the way Florida just didn't look good the rest of the year. It's like
Right.
that would be
mm.
the one you lose. You know, so it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm looking at this that A&M in Miami. That I don't know. Miami get that second chance at life. A&M outside of that one trip up to Austin. They had some games where they slipped up. Like always go back to the South Carolina game. You down 30-3. You win the game, yeah, but you still down 30-3.
Yeah, but at the same time, to be able to come back from a 30-3,
Right.
right? That doesn't happen unless you're a legit football team, right? Unless you do, you might get some calls here and there going your way, and things might happen to go your way in certain points, but you still have to be a legit and complete football team.
Yeah.
A&M is a complete football team, right?
Okay.
So it'd be just going to be very interesting to see the type of run that they have coming up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you know what? I take it back, coach. I agree with you with the Texas. I just looked at the thing. Texas should have been in over Oklahoma.
You think so?
Who
Even
won
Yeah,
though
that
they
they
game?
had
they beat them. They beat them head to
wait, wait,
head.
wait, 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 wait. But how many losses Oklahoma got? Two?
Two. They both got two losses.
Do they?
Let me hold on, hold on.
I
No,
think
no, no,
Texas
no,
got
no.
three. Texas has three.
Three. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's
Because
why.
who
Texas.
was
Okay.
they third?
Okay.
Georgia. Georgia. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
your two losses were to the
Two
number
or
two
three.
teams in the country. If you don't go and lay an egg in Gainesville,
You're in the playoffs
Yeah.
more
over
than likely,
Oklahoma.
Definitely over
more than
Oklahoma
yeah,
because you blew them out in the rep. Yeah.
and
I've
shoot, I mean, maybe over
yeah.
Alabama too, because Alabama would they have been in that
Easy.
game yesterday?
Easy.
No, I'm just saying,
Mm.
would they have because that's Georgia's only loss, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been in the game yesterday because I think are they on the side with Georgia? I think they're on this
That's a
side.
good question. I'm not
I,
sure.
I, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're on that side.
Yeah, I think
So
so. I'm not sure.
so yeah, they wouldn't have been in that regardless.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
but yeah, man, that's it's intriguing. And then Jam, you going to Oregon? What would be a better spot to shock the world than Eugene, Oregon? You know,
I don't see it happening, but yeah, you got a
Nope.
point.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying though.
Nope.
No. I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying I don't see that happening. But yeah, you got a point.
Because I mean, Oregon has had some times where they play with their food.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
No, you. That's why I said you're right, but I just don't. I don't think Oregon's gonna mess around right now because they know
And then,
there's no tomorrow.
and then they was talking about Tulane and Ole Miss. I think if I'm Ole Miss, ain't that the best team you want to play with? Under the circumstances you got. New
No.
OC in there. You don't want to play Tulane.
No. Not right now.
Because you
All
already
right,
played.
tell me why.
You already played them once, right? You played them early in the year with the coach, with
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah, Brian. They
You
got
think
revenge
even
on
at
their
that
mind.
level?
It's yeah.
Ask
Absolutely.
Alabama, Georgia. Ask
Especially
Alabama.
on that level.
Ask Alabama.
Right.
I mean, that was that's always a tricky one. That Alabama Georgia.
But yeah, bro,
Always
if you got to play this team again, you kind of had their best shot in that first game.
Yep.
You got all the tape on them that you're gonna need. And without the head coach now, you don't know what kind of team you're getting. That team may quit.
I know because I think Ole Miss has kind of rallied around Coach Golden. Like I think that he's solidified and stamped his way into being obviously he's not the interim. He is the head coach.
Oh, he is the head coach. Okay.
Yeah, he is the head
the
coach.
HNIC.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Okay.
so here's the thing. They're gonna be primed and ready to go, right? For it. It's gonna be tough because Tulane's got a heck of a roster, heck of a staff. Like they're gonna be ready.
So, which
Right.
motivation is more important, revenge or playing for a new coach? Coach.
To me, playing for a new coach,
Okay.
and especially when it's been a coach who's been in the building, knows the players, has the support and the heart of the players. Right?
Right.
They want to see him succeed.
Okay.
And if that's the case, then watch out. But I still stand with Tulane. Tulane is yeah. I could be now. Here's the beautiful thing about college football.
Mhm.
I could be completely wrong, and Ole Miss just goes out there and dominates,
Yeah.
right? Which is going to be expected because they're Ole Miss. However,
Mm-hmm.
if I got any inkling of me being right,
Yeah.
then Tulane's definitely a team that you want to keep your eye on.
That's that. Okay. All right.
All
All
right.
right,
What?
guys, I got to get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys having me.
All right,
Coach,
dog.
man, appreciate you always, Coach.
Always.
Oh, I got a question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
What your Cowboys gonna do, man? Now that
After getting cheated on Thursday night, yeah, we good.
yeah.
We just gonna go ahead and
After CD, what did he get concussed?
yeah. Bruh,
So,
I mean, it's like I said, I wasn't expecting nothing. I mean, if they ran the table, got to the playoffs, great. But now I think we come up with something a little bit better because we got that bitter taste in your mouth. You've been underneath the system a year. I don't know if you bring back even flus or not, but that defense needs help. So
yeah.
whatever happens, I think our first 3 picks should be on defense, and they should cover all 3 levels: line, linebacker, and the backfield, corner, safety, or something in some sort of fashion. But we just gotta get ready for next year. I mean, at this point, I just think we just, I don't say lose games on purpose, but just draft position is very important at this point.
Right. True.
So if you can get them back to back or within 2 picks, even better.
Very true.
Y'all winning?
Yeah.
What y'all doing? Y'all on today or y'all off?
We playing Green Bay. We on now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
First quarter.
Yep. 0-0, but we have forced a turnover. Nice little pick. Now, defense. Offense got to score. This is one of them games you can't rely on the defense, because Green Bay finds a way. You have to put the ball in the end zone. That's you're gonna have to. If you trying to win this game or sneak out with a win, you're gonna have to score.
No
I
field
say if
goals.
you can, I mean, you're gonna have to score 6. If you can get a field goal here and there, cool. If not,
But
you have to. You have to.
I got you.
So
I got you.
we gonna see. We gonna see. But yeah, man, that game last night for Ohio State, I don't know what they was doing. I think they was playing with their food. They took Indiana lightly. I think what really hurt is, just the pressure. They was getting pressure, man. And Julian was, he was rattled. He might say he not, but I'm like, bro, as quick as they was getting back there, I would have been rattled too. I can't, it is what it is. Now, hopefully, you look at that game and figure out how to go from there. That's the
Yeah, 'cause
best.
a lot of his stuff was short last night. Throwing
Yeah.
out the backfield, a lot of his stuff was short. I was like, boy, if you hit a couple of them, it's a different story.
And like I say too, if you can dink and dunk until some open up. Sometimes that's the best way to do it.
Have y'all had problems on your offensive line all year?
No, last night was the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They run something different. They do something different, or was it just a 4-man front?
I'm assuming they was doing a lot of stunts.
Okay.
And I think just for me, other people may disagree, but I think Ryan Day, he tried to run the ball too much, and it's like, bruh, you gotta go. You get them tired. Then after you build a 7, a 10, 14-point lead, then you run the ball, because now you at my mercy. You trying to get the ball back. We're gonna run this thing, tire you out, and get up out of here. But hopefully it's one of them wake up calls, and they go and do like they did last year. But it's gonna be tough because we play the winner of that Texas A&M Miami game, and then after that you would play
the winner of Georgia out of Georgia, whoever they play.
Georgia, Ole Miss, or Tulane. So, I would say, people may disagree, but shoot, that bottom bracket with Georgia and Ohio State may be the toughest one. And it may come down to whoever wins that Georgia-Ohio State game. If Indiana can, get through Oklahoma, Alabama, and then, whoever wins between Tech, Oregon, and James Madison, then, hey, it is what it is. So we're going to see, though.
Just looking at it now, bro, I'm looking at a Big Ten championship, Oregon and you guys.
No, you know what? Indiana's good, man.
No,
yesterday.
Yeah, but I think Oregon lost to them earlier, right?
Yes.
Revenge.
In Eugene.
Yeah.
And that would be, I think that would be
semifinals.
For the Peach Bowl.
Yeah,
that would be a Peach Bowl, which would be crazy.
Oh, that'd be here.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think Georgia and Ohio State would be the Fiesta Bowl. Something like that.
Oh, damn. That's Arizona.
Yeah. So yeah, if you know anybody, hit my line.
You're my cousin.
Hey, him too.
No, I'm telling you.
For real.
Yeah.
I'll figure a way out, but
he got hookups at the Boys and Girls Club too. So I'll call him and see.
Right. Hey.
You want me to call him now, or you want me to wait to see if y'all make it that far?
Yeah. Put the car before the horse. We got almost a month.
So this stuff, when is the playoff? When they start next week?
The 20th and the 19th.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna see.
All right.
But all right, good people. We appreciate you all. We'll see you all next week. For myself, OG 950 Kev, Coach Jack. We love you. I just don't love, that little Michigan thing. But
Boy, he threw that Michigan in there quick, didn't he?
Yeah. You see, I just looked at him like, boy,
He said, "Don't look like that. Don't look like that."
Yeah, he knew. Hey, that's when you know somebody know what they're doing.
Yeah,
that's when you know.
Because he said that real quick. Because if Michigan would have beat Ohio State, I was like, here we go.
Hey, you know what's funny though? They was real quiet till yesterday. I'm just saying. My oldest brother talking about an enemy of my enemy is my friend. Oh, shut it down. I'm like, this. He ain't said nothing a whole week. Now all of a sudden he talking. Hey, boy, it be your own family, boy.
They traded in the navy and gold for red and white, huh?
No, that's navy and yellow. Ain't no dang on
navy and yellow.
Yeah. Talking about gold. Oh, stop. That's navy and yellow. Cut it out. With them Delaware helmets. But you know what? I'll go on a rant another day. All right, people. Later.
Peace. Oh, God.
Boy, that's funny.